Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is Roches Marbella's great honor to welcome you, parents, family, friends, and faculty of our graduates to this prestigious event. I would like to inform you that today's event will be streaming live on the Roches website, so we know that all parents and friends around the world that are not able to be here today are also accompanying us in this joyous occasion. For the ceremony, we'd appreciate if you could please put your phones on silent. Please note as well that we have professional photographers that are taking pictures of the event, and they will be later on shared with all of you. And for your information, the nearest fire exits are to your left and to your rear. The graduation ceremony today will be presided by Mr. Baldomero Leon, representative of the Marbella Town Hall, Mr. Carlos Diez de la Lastra, CEO, General Director of Roches Marbella, and Ms. Maria Jose Aparicio, our Academic Director. It is also our great pleasure to have with us today Mr. Philippe Gombert, President of Relais Château, who will be delivering the opening speech. In today's ceremony, you will witness the presentation of awards to our 27th class of the Bachelor in Business Administration and Hospitality and the 43rd class of the Postgraduate Diploma in International Hotel. Today's Master of Ceremony is our BBA 7 student, Ms. Renata Gizatulina from Kazan in Russia. She will be guiding you throughout today's ceremony. One of Roches Marbella's unique values is without a doubt its international and multicultural richness. During 2017, we have had over 80 different nationalities on our campus. This year's graduates maintain the internationality as they come from more than 28 countries: Australia, Azerbaijan, Canada, Ecuador, El Salvador, France, Georgia, Germany, Hungary, India, Italy, Japan, Kazakhstan, Mexico, Norway, Panama, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Russian Federation, Slovakia, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Taiwan, Turkey, Ukraine, and the United States are amongst our graduates today. Ladies and gentlemen and honored guests, could I please ask you to stand and welcome the 2017 Roches Marbella graduates, followed by our distinguished faculty and honored guests.
morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Renata Gizatulina, and I'm today's Master of Ceremony. Dear students, faculty, authorities, ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. The closing ceremony is now in session. Welcome to the 48th closing ceremony of Roches Marbella. I have the pleasure of introducing Mr. Carlos Diaz de la Lastra, General Manager of Roches Marbella Global Hospitality Education. Bienvenidos a la 48ª ceremonia de clausura de Roches Marbella. Tiene la palabra don Carlos Diaz de la Lastra, Director General de Roches Marbella Global Hospitality Education.
Thank you very much, Mr. Xiong-song, for your introduction. Thank you to all students, all families, teachers, and community leaders that are assembled here today to share this special day with us. A special thank you to Mr. Goldberg and Mr. Leon for accepting to be part of our academic ceremony. Today is a really special day. It's a day of recognition and a special day to celebrate. Today is a special day, but most important because you are saying to the world that you are ready to begin to return part of what your family, your friends, your teachers, and your classmates had been giving to you day by day in the form of advice, learning, and experience. I know, and I'm conscious of all the effort, in some cases even tension and small sufferings, to fulfill the discipline and academic demands that all of you had passed to arrive until today. I'm totally conscious. Congratulations for your resilience and hard work. I had to admit that when a journalist or an industry leader asks me about some memories, some remembered for the school, I always say the same. I say the best moment is the graduation day. There is nothing so special for those us who work at Le Roche as when we look back and talking to you, students, and talking to the families, we have been able to understand how level of impact that we made in your life. That is something that really is special for us. I feel very proud. All the faculty, all the staff feel very proud to have been able to serve you during this period of your life. For us, it was an honor and a pleasure. Well, I have to say that in some moments it's less pleasure than others. You know, discipline is discipline. But we are really, really proud of you, and I'm sure we will be even more proud for your future as a professional in your professional life. Yes, this is a new step in your life. After an intense period of studies, practical work, and immersion in the core hospitality industry, we are here to welcome you in a new professional period. Our mission, the mission of all of us in Le Roche, is to provide you with the highest quality of education for your professional career. But we also hope we are able to reinforce in you personal values such as humility, discipline, responsibility, and care for the good of others, as there are also important attributes for your future as professional in an industry that is based in service and attention to people. Now, some of you are beginning your career in the hospitality industry. Others of you will be facing new professional challenges. I am sure you will get rewards and will suffer disappointments. But please, always, always face the dilemmas in your life by keeping faithful to your values. Please, be courageous, because the world only progress with courage. Be constant, because only your constancy will give you control of your future. But also, do not forget, be humble, because only humility will help you to respect yourself and respect others. From today, you have become members for life of the Roches Alumni Association. Over 11,000 professionals in more than 100 countries around the world. But there are not just numbers. There are multitude of experience and opportunities that will support you, and you will support them throughout your professional life. Dear students, we have a great responsibility, making a positive difference in communities around the world. Education doesn't change the world. Change the people that will change the world. That is your responsibility now. When our students succeed, countries prosper and societies benefit. Students, now young professionals, this is your time. The world is waiting to offer you a great opportunities and experience. Do not make him wait. Good luck, keep in touch, and again, congratulations.
I have the pleasure of introducing Mr. Baldomero León Navarro, Delegate Counselor of Human Resources, Innovation and Electronic Administration of Marbella Town Hall. Tiene la palabra don Baldomero León Navarro, concejal delegado de Recursos Humanos, Innovación y Administración Electrónica del Ayuntamiento de Marbella.
Muchísimas gracias, buenos días, bienvenido a Marbella. Me van a permitir que, en primer lugar, y en nombre de la alcaldesa de Marbella, Ángeles Muñoz, y del ayuntamiento, pues por supuesto, de las gracias por esta invitación a la mesa que nos preside, al señor Gomber, al señor Díaz de la Lastra, a María José Aparicio, a tantos y tantos amigos, a Manu, al director del Puente Romano, Jorge Mansur, cómo no, a mis colegas, el claustro de profesorado, porque yo, aunque esté en política ahora, soy también profesor del Instituto Guadalpín, muy cerca de aquí, en este distrito de la Milla de Oro. ¿Y qué queréis que os diga? Saludar también, me decía la alcaldesa, a todos los padres, las madres, todos los familiares que hoy acompañan a este magnífico alumnado que hoy se gradúa y que de alguna manera pues han querido estar también aquí en Marbella acompañándolo. Esto me recuerda a mis tiempos también, cuando también me gradué y luego cuando aprobé las oposiciones, ¿no? Que son momentos en los que realmente uno siente algo especial. Por consiguiente, me vais a permitir que me solidarice con vosotros en cuanto al nervio y a los nervios que tengáis, en cuanto al entusiasmo, porque es un día muy, muy bonito, que tenéis que no solo hacer copartícipe con Roches, sino también con toda la familia que por eso os quiere acompañar. Luego después parece que vaya a tener una copa, que vaya a poder departir después de la graduación, pues unos momentos que yo creo que ahí ya nos vamos a relajar todo el mundo y vaya a pasar, como digo, un momento inolvidable. Dicho esto, deciros que desde el Ayuntamiento de Marbella sí que reconocemos, desde luego, sin lugar a dudas, toda la trayectoria que tiene Roches, porque son muchísimos años ya los que estáis con nosotros y qué duda cabe que tenemos que agradeceros a la dirección que hubiera pensado en su momento en estar aquí con nosotros. Yo digo que siempre esto es una simbiosis que se da entre la escuela, entre la universidad y entre Marbella. Nosotros estamos recibiendo muchísimo de vosotros y qué duda cabe que, de alguna manera, espero que hayáis pasado un periodo formativo y de convivencia magnífico aquí en Marbella. Antes mencionaba, he visto también a Isabel García Bardón del Hotel Fuerte, y me perdonáis si hay algunos director o directora de hotel o empresarios que no haya mencionado, pero esto es una gran familia en torno a la hostelería, donde realmente os habéis formado para que, como ya os han dicho muy bien, día a día en las clases vayáis adquiriendo esa formación integral que muy bien desde Suiza ya se diseñó con un plan educativo, formativo, perfecto, integral, donde no solo aprendéis distintas disciplinas, sino, qué duda cabe, va a permitir que tengáis una inserción laboral en cualquier punto del mundo. Fijaos bien, ya tenéis los datos, son más de 100 países los que colaboran con esta universidad. Seguro que vais a tener un altísimo grado de inserción laboral. Yo en el Instituto Guadalpín me he estado dedicando también a la inserción laboral de los jóvenes. Esto lo conozco muy bien, me apasiona este mundo. Seguro, y ya no me quiero extender más porque la ceremonia debe ser fundamentalmente para vosotros y vosotras, pero seguro que vais a tener a partir de ahora una trayectoria muy brillante en esos puestos que estáis deseando ocupar para desarrollar todo lo que habéis aprendido en Lagos. Así que os deseo muchísima suerte, enhorabuena y que seáis felices. Gracias.
I have the pleasure of introducing Ms. María José Aparicio, Academic Director of the Roches Marbella Global Hospitality Education. Tiene la palabra doña Ms. María José Aparicio, Directora Académica de Roches Marbella Global Hospitality Education.
Mr. Díaz de la Lastra, distinguished guests, families, friends, faculty and staff of Roches Marbella, graduates, postgraduates, it is an honor to share this special celebration with you this morning. My most important duty on this special day is to offer a welcome to our guests, family members, graduating students, and colleagues. As Academic Director of Roches Marbella, I offer my congratulations to our autumn 2017 class. Graduates, postgraduates, you have worked hard and enriched your life by exploring the opportunities provided for the university life. Roches prepare international students commitment to a career in the service industry. Our model of hospitality education balance theory with practice, independent learning with a strong faculty support. The values that guide us at Roches are the Swiss ethos, respect for the cultural difference, leadership and teamwork, international perspective, integrity, and responsibility towards the environment. Roches Marbella's reputation as an educational institution of excellence became graduating hundreds, thousands of students since it was founded more than 20 years ago. From now on, you, graduates and postgraduates, you will contribute to Roches' prestige with your professional careers. It is true that the university quality came from the excellence of their students, and I would like to thank you for this contribution. But today is the closing ceremony, and what does it mean? At one level, of course, it means simply that you have satisfied the requirements for the academic semester, of your bachelor, of your postgrad, that you have done the exam, that you finished your courses, that you complete some projects. But as you know, study at Roches means so much more. Students at Roches learn not only about hotel operation, I mean room division, service skills, kitchen operation. You graduates and postgraduates, you have learned about management tools, finance, marketing, HR. But as you know, study at Roches means so much more. It is much about a personal transformation. I encourage you to reflect on how much you have changed and grown during your time at Roches. Your closing ceremony celebrates all that you have done and become, and all that you will be getting in your future position in the hospitality industry. But what you have achieved in your time at Roches Marbella, you have not achieved alone. You have learned and received help guidance, mentorship, and support for many quarters, all which are represented here today. First, sitting shoulder to shoulder with you are your classmates. Think how much you have learned from one to the other. Each of you have been supported by your families and friends, and with no doubt for the faculty members and the staff of Roches Marbella. At Roches, we are committed to help our students achieve success by creating a learning environment that motivate employee-ready graduates. We are dedicated to the experiential learning, offering a careful blend of art and science, technical ability and creativity, precise skills and professional attitude. At our university, curricula have been designed and reviewed in collaboration with professionals for so many different fields, ensuring that our students receive the education that both job market and society demand. In addition to guarantee that the students receive an optimal level of training, offers them the best faculty and tailored learning, as well as the support all time through their learning process. But again, Roches is not just a university, it's a way of life. We bring together students, staff, and faculty from all around the world. We came together in an inspirational environment at Marbella, a family-like atmosphere, where you learn how to be open and respectful for each other's difference. Yes, you no longer a student anymore, you alumni. The future of the industry is sitting in front of me today. And remember, we are looking for innovation, creativity, leadership, and service. Go and change the industry. Be the new life of the industry. Be inspirational and innovative. We are proud of our postgraduates and graduates, and we are looking forward to seeing you as future ambassadors of Roches Marbella in the world. Good luck and congratulations.
We now have the pleasure of introducing Mr. Philippe Gombert, International President of Roches Marbella, who will deliver today's opening speech. Tiene la palabra Philippe Gombert, Président international de Roches Marbella, quien pronunciará la lección de clausura.
Hola a todas y a todos. Estoy muy feliz de participar a esta ceremonia tan importante, ya que culmina el ciclo de estudios que habéis alcanzado en esta prestigiosa escuela de Roches, cuya divisa es justamente prepararles para un porvenir cuyas riendas están en vuestras manos. Si he escogido empezar mi discurso en castellano es desde luego porque estamos en España, pero también para afirmar la importancia que hemos de darle a la diversidad de nuestras culturas, de nuestros idiomas, ya que representa una gran riqueza de la civilización europea. He aprendido el castellano durante mis estudios hace ya mucho tiempo y a menudo lamento que hablemos casi siempre en inglés entre franceses y españoles, mientras que somos vecinos y estamos unidos por un idioma con raíces latinas comunes. Nuestros oficios de la hospitalidad nos hacen hablar el idioma de nuestros clientes sin dejar de ser nosotros mismos. Relais Château es una asociación que reúne 550 de los hoteles más bonitos y los mejores restaurantes en todo el mundo. Estamos presentes en los 5 continentes y en más de 60 países. Nuestros establecimientos encarnan el verdadero lujo, la autenticidad, la excelencia, la pasión de nuestros maîtres de maison, el talento de nuestros chefs que representan la red de chefs con estrellas Michelin más destacada del mundo. Más del 60% de los relais châteaux se encuentran en sitios únicos protegidos por la UNESCO como Patrimonio de la Humanidad. Nuestros chefs se comprometen con la defensa de productores locales, de campesinos, de agricultores, de pescadores y de viticultores. Relais Château ha conseguido brindar en estos últimos 60 años experiencias únicas a sus clientes fieles, cultivando la diversidad de regiones, de cocinas y el arte de vivir del mundo. Habéis escogido uno de los oficios más bonitos del mundo, procurarles felicidad a todos los clientes que acogéis. La acogida es esencial. De hecho, todo ocurre durante los primeros instantes de la estancia. Recuerda bien lo siguiente, una calidad acogida garantiza lo esencial del éxito de una estancia. Una sonrisa os permitirá siempre olvidar cualquier torpeza. Y ahora seguiré mi presentación en inglés. Relais Château was founded in 1954 with 8 hoteliers and chefs who were in France along a road going from Paris to the French Riviera. And since the first day they joined, they decided that this road that they called the Road of Happiness will one day spread all over the world. And this has been done during the past 4 years that Relais Château is living. Our ambition is sharing the art of living, our savoir-faire, and to protect local culture and local cuisine. In 2014, as we were celebrating our 60th anniversary, we have launched at the UNESCO in Paris vision, Relais Château vision, for a better world through hospitality and cuisine. So arts of living, environment, social community, local economy are key in our values. We are all around the world. We are unique in the world. Of course, as we were born in France, we're still 150 of our members in France, while, as I told you, 550 all around the world. We are strong in Europe with, beside France, 250 members, but we are also very strong in America, North America with 84 members, and in South America with 22 members. And we are developing, increasing in Africa with 30 members, and Asia, Oceania, Australia with 52 members. We are, in Roches Chateau, what is important, of course, is hospitality, but half of our turnover is in cuisine in our restaurant. We have a unique collection of historic sites, unusual properties, some with a Mediterranean style, some as ski resorts. We have lodges in games reserve in Africa. We have some city hotels. We have dream manors, and we have villas by the sea. I will not quote all our chefs, the most important network of chefs all around the world. Just tell you that our clientele is mostly a leisure clientele. 85% of our guests come from leisure. And our clients come from mainly now USA and Canada, 32%, previous to France, 15%, and to UK, 15%, and then all over Europe and Asia. What we have launched recently for the benefit of our members, it's a great international communication, and of course, with social media, with a magazine online. We're still printing a guide, an international guide, with more than 300,000 copies. But I don't want to be too long. Just, I would like to tell you how important is everywhere in the world the recruitment. Each and every property of Roches Chateau is looking after you. Believe me, after you. You have chosen hospitality, and you will have a lot of job in front of you. You have a lot of job. So what I want to tell you, and sometimes the difficulty for Roches Chateau is that we have strong independence. We are independent. And as you students, you are looking, you say, oh, maybe I should go in such big organization. But let me tell you that in Roches Chateau, you will find all the way to go all around the world. We have 22,000 employees all around the world. So we are looking for you. We are expecting you. We will dedicate all our time to give you all the best skills, because Roches Chateau stands first for excellence. So you will see in the presentation, you will have probably on your website, thanks to Les Roches, you will see that we have a dedicated site, which is career.rocheschateau.com, and every single day you have more than 300 job offers available all around the world. So please join us. We are expecting you. Muchas gracias. Buena suerte. Thank you very much and good luck. And I will let you with a small video. Thank you very much.
I have the pleasure of introducing Mr. José Manuel Soler, the Director of Operations and Student Services of Roches Marbella Global Hospitality Education. Tiene la palabra don José Manuel Soler, Director de Operaciones y Servicios de Atención a Estudiantes de Roches Marbella Global Hospitality Education.
Thank you very much, Renata. Good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen. Today's closing ceremony is without a doubt a celebration, as it is a special day of recognition to our students amongst family and friends. And we would like to take today's occasion to recognize people that have made outstanding and significant contributions to our community and to the industry through the Roches Marbella Awards. The Roches Marbella Awards are categorized into different categories, and the first recognition we are giving out today is the Roches Marbella Hospitality Golden Key Award. The Roches Marbella Hospitality Golden Key Award recognizes professionals within the hospitality industry who have committed their lives to making significant and fundamental contributions to the industry, which in turn have impacted our lives. The Golden Key Award symbolizes progress, trust, and quality in the domains of hospitality and as well education. This key is awarded to those who have removed obstacles and opened the door for generations to come, as well as enabled further advancement in the practice of hospitality itself. Just as we trustfully provide our guests with a key, so has the recipient of this award entrusted this generation with a legacy of knowledge, experience, and effort. The recipient of today's award has been leading an association that needs no presentation. He is a son and grandson of a Paris-based hoteliers and a lawyer by training. He began his career in the hotel industry in 1982 when his family acquired the Château de la Traîne in La Cave, close to Bordeaux in France. For the next decade, he spent his weeks working in Paris as a lawyer and his weekends at the chateau, while his German-born wife, Stephanie, managed the property and family. 10 years later, in 1992, the chateau was accepted as a member of the Relais and Chateau family. Passionate since an early age about Relais Chateau, thanks to his mother, he served Relais Chateau Association for 12 consecutive years, initially as a delegate, and then as Secretary General. In 2014, during the Roches Chateau Annual Congress in Berlin, he was elected as the president of the group. Mr. Carlos Diaz de la Lastra, the CEO of Roches Marbella, will deliver the award to Mr. Philippe Gombert.
Stole a key, took a car downtown where the lost boys meet, took a car downtown.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gombert, for being with us here today. The next award is the Roches Marbella Inspiring Young Talent Award. The long and excellent relationships of Roches Marbella has with the industry translates into international hotel chains and companies coming on campus to interview students and internship positions, as well as for permanent positions. Many hospitality businesses have been recruiting our students semester after semester for operational or administrative managerial positions. Employers come to Le Roche because they know our graduates and interns can jump right in, have an eye for detail, have solid communication and project management skills, and the spirit of teamwork. We are proudly an important talent pool for the industry which we serve. The Roches Marbella Inspiring Young Talent Award recognizes companies that foster youth employment and career development through ongoing university recruitment practices, inspiring real-life work experience training programs, and accessible routes to successful careers. The recipient of this award has been recruiting students from Roches Marbella for over 10 years and has recruited over 120 students for internships and jobs. 95 students have had the opportunity to join their management training programs in which students would directly be promoted to assistant manager of one of their properties. This hotel group was founded in 1931 in the island of Mallorca and has more than 230 hotels and more than 50,000 rooms in 21 countries and employs more than 25,000 staff. Roches Marbella would like to recognize the work of the Barceló Hotel Group. Ms. Verónica Paredes from the Career Development Department will deliver the award to General Manager of the Barceló in Marbella, Mr. Enrique Castellanos.
Took a car downtown where the lost boys meet. Took a car downtown and took what they offered me to set me free.
Thank you very much. The next award is the Social Responsibility Award. Roches Marbella shapes the leaders of tomorrow, you, by taking responsibility towards people and the environment. We firmly believe that the international hospitality and tourism industry is perfectly situated to become the economic catalyst that will elevate disadvantaged populations around the world. Roches Marbella strives to be a socially responsible school. One of our key objectives as a global hospitality education institution is to prepare professionals whose future success will also serve to end economic and welfare limitations of people around the world. The Roches Marbella Social Responsibility Award recognizes the work undertaken by many members of the society, communities, and associations that strive to spread, support, and act in favor of people with different capabilities and needs or causes through altruist and selfless actions. In today's awards, we are honored to recognize the work of Cudeca Foundation. Cudeca is an acronym of Cuidados del Cáncer, cancer care, and its logo represents a human figure extending its arms, offering help, with the motto being a special kind of caring. Cudeca cares, relives, accompanies, and offers specialist care that is involved in treating patients, residents in the province of Malaga, who are suffering from cancer and other advanced and life-threatening illnesses, which includes giving support and comfort to their family. Offering their services for over 25 years, they have been the salvation and hope for many families. They have attended more than 1,200 patients since 1992, and more than 12,000 people have been given support from the Cudeca care. Their main purpose is to change the process of dying to a process of living. As Cudeca says, although we cannot add days to life, in Cudeca we try to add quality to life through special kind of caring. On a personal note, and in the words of my late father, Cudeca is heaven on earth. We are very happy to have collaborated with Cudeca this semester and look forward to an ongoing relationship to support their cause. Thank you, Cudeca, for what you do and what you represent. Ms. Mariana Macri, Student Affairs Manager, will deliver the awards to Ms. Esther Raez Martinez, PR Events, and Ms. Suzanne Hanam, Vice President of Cudeca.
Pues quiero decir muchas gracias. I want to say thank you to La Roche for this recognition, para reconocer al labor de CUDECA, que en los últimos 25 años hemos cuidado de 14,000 pacientes y sus familias. Y, como dices, intentar ayudar. Y es gracias a la comunidad que podemos hacerlo. It's thanks to the community that we can continue to look after people in the last days of their lives and help as a hospice and hospice at home. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The next award will be presented by Mr. Hassan Jibet, and it will be delivered by Mr. Carlos Diaz de la Lastra. So I think no need of an introduction. I have the honor of calling Mr. Hassan Jibet.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure and an honor to be given this opportunity to present this special award. Although in the past we have recognized individuals who have had a significant impact in the lives of current and past members of the Roches Marbella community, this year it was necessary to recognize a group of people that not only contribute to the school, but also have made their professional career their Les Roches way of life. They dedicate their day-to-day back to the school, what the school actually gave them. They set an examples of what we expect from our students. They portray the value of the school and are worthy of being recognized today as ambassadors. We are proud of you all, and we are honored to recognize you today. Ladies and gentlemen, today we recognize employees of Les Roches Marbella that are also our alumni of our institution. I would like the following people would be kind enough to come up to the stage. Graduated in 2014, Mr. Hamza Badi. Graduated in 2007, Alberto Verdugo. Graduated in 2010, Ms. Ana Rosa Gonzalez. Graduated in 2002, postgraduate student, Mr. Miguel Ángel Avon. Graduated in 2000, Ms. Veronica Paredes. Graduated in 1999, Mr. Shah. Graduated in 1999, Ms. Gilda Perengue. And graduated in 2001, a man who gave me the opportunity to marry him, Mr. Mano Soler.
Thank you very much, everyone, for this recognition, and who knows how many of you might come back to see us again. So the final award today, well, actually, before I present this next and final award, I would like to acknowledge the help and input into many of my words to the Del Olmo sisters. Thank you very much. Roches Marbella is not just a school, it's a way of life, a spirit that animates daily your life in Marbella, the spirit of teamwork, the spirit of solidarity, and the spirit of service. The following award recognizes students who have portrayed the essential values of our school. As we all know, the receptor of the following award is someone that represents, personifies, and has somehow humanized the words way of life. Words cannot express, although this student would surely find a way, how proud we are to call this individual a Roches Marbella student. As an international school of hotel management, we train professionals to embody the art of hospitality through self-discipline, commitment, passion, creativity, leadership, and service. In other words, we train holistic professionals. As an international community of people who strive to make a difference in the world, we guide human beings to adopt ways of life that will help others through teamwork, humility, cooperation, communication, empathy, and motivation. Far from setting perfection as the answer to your existential questions, as the end goal of your daily tasks, or as the reality worthy of living in, we present it as a tendency in this dream we sometimes call life. It is this aspiration or tendency that keeps us moving towards that vision, questioning our performance, wondering whether we did the best we could. Therefore, I am pleased to award someone who has managed to showcase all the aforementioned skills and values. In fact, he has the unique ability to do so in just one sentence. My speech today was a hint to the way this person speaks. Mr. Gibbet is Mr. Gibbet around there, will present this award, the Way of Life Award, to Mr. Arnold Amreng. How did I do, Arnold? Okay? I have the pleasure once again, to call back Ms. Renata Ghisatulina, your Master of Ceremony. Thank you very much.
We will now begin the delivery of awards to the Roches Marbella 43rd class of the Postgraduate Diploma in International Hotel Management, whose closing ceremony we are celebrating today. Ahora tendrá lugar el acto de entrega de credenciales a los alumnos de la 43ª promoción del posgrado en Dirección Hotelera Internacional, cuya ceremonia de clausura hoy celebramos. José María Amillo Torrano. Mariam Bagelidze. Alexander Beck. María Victoria Capilla Sánchez. Anna Chechovic. Shumin Chen. Angelo Costavile. Miriam Dendaluce Fernández de Antona. June Elichegui La Cadena. Ana Lara Ferreira Ferraz. Eter Gadabadze. Ander González Basoco. Alona Gerenbuch. Cristina Guerrero Robles. Marina Aro Arago. Alba Hernández Jiménez. Katerina Ichov. Жанар Хайбулина. Izumo Kobu. Ганна Кузьменко. Cesara Florentina Leo. Sofía Lobo Cerquera Moraes de Sosa. Paloma López de Amezcua. Ksenia Mashkova. Hamza Muden Lulichki. Travis Lee Noddle. And Eva Redondo Vives. I now have the pleasure of introducing you to Ms. Marina Aro Aragu and Mr. Alexander Beck, who will speak on behalf of the postgraduate students in International Hotel Management. Tienen la palabra en nombre de los alumnos del posgrado en Dirección Hotelera Internacional, los compañeros Doña Marina Aro Aragu and Don Alexander Beck.
Good afternoon.
Buenas tardes.
Marina and I would like to thank our classmates for nominating us for the honor of delivering this address. And on behalf of the Autumn 2017 postgraduate students, we would like to say thank you to all the supportive parents, family members, and friends for making the journey to join us at the beautiful Punta Romano today.
Muchas gracias a nuestros compañeros por elegirnos para estar hoy aquí representándonos a todos y agradecer enormemente también a padres y familiares por venir a celebrar con nosotros este maravilloso día aquí en Puente Romano.
And also thanks to those celebrating with us online. We wish you were all here.
Hoy se acaba nuestra aventura.
Today marks the end of a journey that started 20 weeks ago. 28 of us from 13 different countries from around the world arrived to Marbella at the Le Roches campus, drawn here by a calling to invest our time, energy, and not an insignificant amount of money in a future of service to our fellow human beings.
For a portion of the class, it was a quick flight or drive from other parts of Spain or even Western Europe to embark on the next chapter of their academic pursuits and to specialize in the industry which spoke to their interests and career aspirations.
But for the others, it was a journey across oceans, continents, and borders, leaving behind a familiar world and in some cases a former life. Not knowing exactly where the road ahead would lead, but trusting a voice inside that said it was time for a change and that this institution would be the guide to show the way.
We quickly became acquainted with each other during the first 2 weeks, 12 hours a day of nothing else but sitting and clearing tables, filling water glasses, and getting to know the collection of above average looking strangers that today we know as colleagues and friends.
Who would have imagined we would be sharing a classroom with a national champion badminton player / cyber economics major from Ukraine, or the mother of two from Madrid with her own architecture firm and property rental business in Angola, or a guitar-playing, Spanish-speaking, salsa-dancing mechanical engineer from Australia who would come to captivate all of us with his wisdom, storytelling, and zest for life. But at the culmination of those first 2 weeks, having a drink together after serving canapés at a local charity event, we were no longer a mixed bunch of strangers of different ages, backgrounds, and tray-carrying abilities, but a cohesive team of equals who empathized with each other's aching backs, sore feet, and the number of items they had accidentally dropped and broken on guests. Pretty sure I still hold the record for that one.
Las 2 primeras semanas fueron duras, ya que tuvimos que aprender a servir, limpiar mesas, llevar bandejas con demasiados vasos encima, pulir, y cuando tocó poner en práctica todo lo aprendido en un evento en Marbella, ya no éramos un simple grupo de desconocidos. Éramos un equipo que empatizaban unos con los otros en dolores de espalda, de lumbares, de pies y de tirar y romper objetos. Aquí mi compañero dice tener el récord en esa y yo probablemente lo tengo en tirar postres.
We then transitioned into academics, where for the next 18 intensive weeks we came to know the teachers who dominated our schedules and would come to shape the foundation of our hospitality futures.
How are we ever going to forget those guys please or those seriously guys from Miss Gonzalez that became almost a weekly ritual when confirming that yet again no one had attempted to take home room division assignment? Or those accounting classes with Mr. Ryan, in which taking studies as a yes was the only way to check if we had understood everything.
And we learned the 7-point plan in HR from Mr. Gomez, for instance, the 4 Ps of marketing from Ms. Garrido, the Champenois method in F&B from Mr. Gonzalez, ole, and effective kitchen design and culinary with Ms. Kempin. You know what I mean? We became more self-aware in leadership skills with Mr. Loity and learned invaluable practical skills in kitchen and service from the heart of the school, Mr. Gibet, along with the rest of the F&B department.
Mr. Merino, Miss Flor, Mr. Shah, Mr. Carracedo, Miss Gilda, Mr. Lopez, and Mr. Verdugo, to name a few. And of course, Mr. Molina, who also had to be patient with us during those unforgettable kitchen afternoons. Mamás, papás, gracias a Mr. Molina sabemos cocinar.
And let's not forget Mr. Ojeda and Mr. Vlad, whose facilities and events projects would ultimately test the strength of the relationships and cultural tolerances we had unconsciously been developing over the intensive weeks. And understandably so, 28 people of differing personalities and cultural backgrounds trying to work together to plan and execute both an event for 300 people and to build 5 scale models of proposed additions to a local resort by hand with only a 2-week deadline. I think all of us in the PG class can admit that these projects stressed the bonds between us almost to the point of fatigue. But somehow we managed to pull them both off, and those bonds were not broken but strain-hardened. To borrow a favorite quote from a friend, smooth seas do not make skilled sailors. We believe each one of us will find these group project experiences will serve as guides throughout our future careers in industry and as fond memories for all of us to reflect back upon, eventually.
Hemos pasado semanas de estrés, de tener que hacer 7 exámenes en 5 días, organizar un evento o entregar 1000 proyectos, pero todo ello nos ha hecho crecer, tanto personal como profesionalmente, y serán recuerdos que siempre llevaremos con nosotros a lo largo de nuestra vida y nuestra carrera profesional.
So, to all the faculty and staff who have touched our lives over the past 4.5 months, we are in awe of your patience and dedication, and sincerely thank you for looking past the broken glasses, crooked cutlery, flavorless salmon, forgotten take-home assignments, and forgettable library study sessions, and for seeing the potential in us.
And for sharing your passion and knowledge about this industry, one which we believe has the greatest potential to build those enduring cultural bridges that our world so desperately needs today. Though we may not have been here long, we are proud to call ourselves your pupils and the Roches Marbella alumni.
So finally, to our colleagues, congratulations on making it through the program.
Muchas gracias, compañeros, por habernos acompañado en este viaje y por tantos momentos y recuerdos juntos.
We hope each one of you one day realizes the dream that guided you and all of us here for this brief moment in time together, and that you come away from this experience with new knowledge, fond memories, and lifelong friends.
Os deseamos de corazón todo lo mejor para el futuro. We wish you all the best in your future and look forward to seeing you all again at Ander and Paloma's wedding.
We will now begin the presentation of awards to the Roches Marbella 27th class of the Bachelor of Business Administration in International Hotel Management, whose closing ceremony we are celebrating today. Ahora tendrá lugar el acto entrega de credenciales a los alumnos de la 27ª promoción del título universitario en Administración Hotelera, cuya ceremonia de clausura hoy celebramos. Icon Akai. Camille Charay. Pablo Díaz Ponce. Celan Doro. Ricardo Felgueres Ramírez. Publio Antonio Manuel González da Silva. Jessica Alexandra Uber. Miran Husseina. Nicole Khan. Laura Clar. Pedro Yoey González Gallarza. Ksenia Lashchenko. Elizabeth Victoria Marotti. Alberto Montón González. Daniel Moya González. Yamar Coniglio. Николай Никитенок. Joan Ramón Prats. María René Salazar Fuentes. Valentina Tomazova. Alejandra Vila Iñigo. Yerbalat Jaksembetov. We will now begin the presentation of awards to those students graduating with merit. Diana Alokina. Catalina María Fernández Suero.
Renata Guisatulina. Elena Jolvikivi de Mendoza.
Елизавета Козлова. Виктория Кричок. Ludovica Muratori. Александра Никитина. Rodrigo Panella Gómez. Pedro Manuel Pereira Raposo. María Paula Rey Patiño. Daria Tomarova. We will now award those students graduating with distinction. Katarina Khovantsova. Sulaim Ismail. Emily Marie Lallemont. Jaime José Prada Alpara. Alexandra Rand. Chanel Bianca Rodriguez. Anastasia Shetina. We will now award those students graduating with honors. Sandra Abderhalden, graduating with distinction. Ricardo Alfini, graduating with distinction. Arnold Amarain Madrigal, graduating with distinction. Diana Silviana Gerasim, graduating with distinction. Melissa Maria Ilbron Mansour, graduating with distinction. Maria Ragatkina, graduating with distinction. Rishabh Sharma, graduating with distinction. Bernadette Schoch, graduating with merit. And Anna Vdovina, graduating with distinction.
All graduating BBA students, please stand up. Please take your tassels from the left side to the right. Left side to the right. You are now officially graduated. Congratulations.
Pleasure of introducing you to Ms. Anna Vdovina and Mr. Jaime José Prada Alfaro, who will speak on behalf of the BBA students. Tienen la palabra en nombre de los alumnos del BBA las compañeras Doña Anna Vdovina y Don Jaime José Prada Alfaro.
Hello?
Well, I have already failed down there. I cannot do it again, maybe.
My heart is going to explode.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard the flight 2017, operated by La Roche Airlines, in service from Marbella to the unknown future. The weather conditions are clear, with a few insignificant turbulence bumps in the regions of first tax payments, rent deposits, and job interviews. Nevertheless, with the help of a few highly inappropriate personal anecdotes that we've gathered through our experience here at La Roche, we're planning to arrive safely to the destination in approximately 12 minutes.
Please fasten your seatbelts as there is a slight chance. Wait, Maria. There's a slight chance. As there's a slight chance of fainting from the degree of awesomeness of the following speech. Should this not be the case, and you are bored to death.
I know.
Okay, back to the. Should this not be the case and you are bored to death, there are 4 emergency exits at your disposal. 2 at the back, 1 on the right, and 1 at the left.
Let us also remind you that smoking is strongly prohibited on our flight, while clapping, laughing, whistling, and other sorts of supportive behavior are highly appreciated and strongly encouraged by your flight crew, Jaime Prada and Anna Vdovina.
That being said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight.
I'm so cute. 4 years ago, La Roche opened its doors to us, and since then, it's been truly one unforgettable journey. From being scared to be that awkward kid, to being scared of Mr. Gibbet, because, well, frankly, you were not awkward at all in Olivia last night, and now the signs of your popularity are very much present in your breath. Anyways, we indeed have come a truly long way to deserve those beautiful black robes and pointy hats that I just smashed away. So where did it all start from?
Well, Anna, that's an easy one, actually, because obviously everything started from the first roll call with Mr. Gibbet and Mr. Shah. I get goosebumps just remember that situation. And by the way, how you guys all have shaped this morning perfectly. And you girls, seriously, congratulations for not falling down the stairs from your enormously high heels, because obviously the 5 centimeters rule of La Roche has not been followed by any of you. Here the proof.
Guilty.
The first year of La Roche, all of us became faithful friends of an instrument that became indispensable in our lives. Yes, I'm talking about the iron. That stressful moment in the morning, BB1, you guys remember? At 8:45 running, like, guys, hurry. Roll call, Mr. Gibbet. 8:45. Remember those days? Wow. Working hours, classes, marché, bistro, academic and practical classes, thousands of memories and experiences, but most importantly, friends. I still remember the moment of entering that triple room in BB1 and see two strangers standing in front of me that will eventually become my roommates, or walking into a classroom full of unknown people and looking at each other, thinking like, what the heck is this weird people and what I'm gonna do with them now? But yeah, that was real. After a couple of weeks, feeling like a family, regardless the race, nationality, religion, or sex. That has never mattered here in La Roche. And that's precisely what I call the magic of La Roche. If I have to choose one experience now to tell you, the families and to you guys, I could not actually, because there's so many that if I start talking, I swear I keep you here till 5 p.m. And you guys know I can do it.
Yeah, we all know that.
Talking is no problem for me. But
Well, Jaime is sketching. He is exciting for our speech. I'll talk about what the magic of La Roche means to me. You see, while you were all actively socializing in the Small World Cafe, I was primarily trying to rescue my stomach from the burning delicacies of the Chinese cuisine, right on the other side of the world, in our Shanghai campus. You see, one of the first things that actually caught my interest when I heard about La Roche was the globality of its family. An exquisite marketing tool, you'd say, to attract all those gullible, adventure-seeking youngsters. Yes, but just as many others that we've learned and that were put in our beautiful watermelons, this one also had a truthful message behind it. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we've brought you proof. A couple of videos from our friends from Blush and Shanghai.
Good morning, dear students from the other side of the world. La Roche Jinjiang Shanghai greets you from the Practical Arts Team Office. I want to congratulate you all with your graduation. Excellent, well done, and I hope to see you soon on this part of the world. Thank you. Good luck with your future.
Congratulations to the graduating students from Shanghai, China. Best to the graduating students in Marbella from La Roche Jinjiang.
Congratulations from Shanghai. Congratulations to the class of 2017 graduating from Marbella.
From La Roche Jinjiang, congratulations.
From all of us here at La Roche Jinjiang, congratulations to the La Roche Marbella students and good luck.
Hello and congratulations from the Roche, Switzerland.
We wish you all the best in the next chapters of your life, and we look forward to seeing you at the head of the hospitality industry. Congratulations.
being part of such a big and diverse family certainly teaches you a lesson that has nothing to do with academic curriculum or practical classes. A lesson on the value of the empathy, tolerance, and open-mindedness.
Unfortunately, there are way too many examples nowadays of the awful consequences the lack of those qualities can lead to. The conflict in Catalonia, the war in Yemen, pretty much completely ignored by the rest of the world, the danger of nuclear conflict between North Korea and the US. And while we may not be able to contribute significantly to those problems, the values transmitted to us in La Roche will hopefully let us avoid the new ones, be it with our friends, family, colleagues, or guests. After all, the ability to empathize and to imagine yourself in other people's skin is what lies in the core of true service, one of the greatest and major principles of La Roche education.
On such a bright note, it is probably time to ask the most important questions of the whole morning. Anna, what are we supposed to do with ourselves now?
That's a very good question. I mean, I've been asked this question so many times, and clearly I do not have an answer, but
thank you.
I think we're all looking for the word adulting.
You don't even know what does it mean, being adulting.
You are absolutely right. I literally just walked down that road and smacked off my own head. I definitely don't know anything about adulting. But for now, we can only hope that whatever we gained in the past and whatever we have in the present will probably help us slide smoothly into the future.
Slide smoothly. Very smooth. If not, guys, you always have the postgraduate degree and you can always come back, or as a teachers also, so don't worry. Not a
Well, we're
problem.
thinking about our postgraduate degree, and it's time to look back. There is no doubt that we did work hard to sit in those seats and wear these robes.
Certainly, but nevertheless, it will never be possible without the help of those who guided us in this journey. They told us that in this life, not the one who has the more knowledge will stand out, but the one with the right knowledge. They told us to be persistent and chase our dreams without compromising on small issues. With them, we learn the wonder of the hospitality industry. From learning how to make a bed correctly, to cooking rice without burning it, for example. From those simple maths of BBA1 to those endless exercises of, how is it called?
Business analysis.
Yeah.
Business analysis.
That's for you guys, like the SME stuff. Rooms division, nutrition, quantitative techniques, history of tourism, and many other subjects that we study here in La Roche. Well, some more than others, but we're all here, huh? No problem. The people behind all this are our teachers, educators, mentors, chefs, and counselors. To all of you, thank you. I would like to spread a heartfelt thanks, actually. Words are few, but feelings are limitless to express our gratitude towards your efforts. Thank you for the passion. Thank you for the dedication. Thank you for the support. But above all, seriously, thank you for the patience. Thank you.
That's true.
We're told that we have to be the stars that make the difference. Get it, guy? Which is true.
We'll try.
We will try, and we will,
Yeah.
hopefully. But for me, the real stars, the ones that have made the difference during my experience and during our experience of La Roche, are those behind the scenes. Those that don't teach us in a direct way, but by example and professionalism. Those are the housekeeping, gardening, maintenance, and IT teams, as well as the kitchen staff support. To all of them, thank you so much for making us feel at home, always, and to have always everything in unbeatable conditions. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, not everyone with whom we started this journey is present here today. During the second year of studies, we have lost a great teacher and esteemed colleague, Mr. Lopez. To Mr. Lopez, thank you very much for making our first semester so special. We will always remember you.
Also, we would never be sitting here without the help of those closest to us, our friends and families. First of all, a word to our friends. As Friedrich Nietzsche once put it, it's not the lack of love, but the lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. Today, looking at all your beautiful smiling faces, faces ready to laugh at our not really funny jokes, faces supporting us through this very speech, we can certainly admit our marriage to La Roche was successful. Thank you. Last but not least, to our families. If your parents are anything like mine, and I'm sure they are, they blindly believe that their children are the best. No matter how many bets we didn't make, or how many exams we failed, or how many interviews have gone wrong, I personally have never ever doubted their faith in me. Not only had they raised us, but they also made sure we had an opportunity to study in an amazing environment, to travel, to experience new cultures, many times at the expense of their own experiences. While my family unfortunately could not be here today, I know that they're watching the ceremony right now and are probably even more nervous for me than I am, though I don't think that's humanly possible. And I also know, should I fail and make a complete fool of myself, I already did, but once again maybe, they'll go out of their way to make me feel on top of the world. Mom, Dad, I love you. Thank you.
Mom, Dad, I love you too, eh? Because then I know I will struggle later. It looks like we're only left with a few minutes before our plane lands in the unknown future. And we would like to take advantage of this precious moment by sharing the words of the passengers of this flight.
While writing the speech, Jaime and I realized that it would be unfair if only two of us were speaking on behalf of all the intake. That is why we have gathered anonymous comments from our friends who felt like sharing one last thought or emotion before starting a brand new journey.
Once again, from our friends, no responsibilities, okay?
Small disclaimer.
Just, okay. One of the best memories from college, Colin Ulaim Shashimi and Ricardo Alfini Pepperoni. By Anonymous.
Food fixated people.
Hospitality industry.
True. So much fun during this 3.5 years, but nothing like that kitchen semester. Wow.
Really?
Yeah, tell me.
It's actually true. Amazing semester. I'm not pretty sure about this one. No responsibilities. Famous sentence of Roches. What happened yesterday? This is not applicable to me, eh?
No, not at all, Jaime, never.
Amazing.
This is a long one. I'm grateful to those who have contributed in becoming a better version of myself. I'm grateful for all those inexpressible memories that will eternally live in me. I'm grateful for those friends that became family and with their presence enkindled my heart. We don't know who wrote it, but that's beautiful.
Well, guys, thank you so much for all your comments and thoughts. And just like that, with heavy hearts and light souls, the Roches flight has ended, just for so many others to begin.
Let it always be in our Instagram posts, Facebook tags, but most importantly, in the best medium of all, in our unforgettable shared memories. Something else, but yeah, go ahead.
Silence, please, I said. We hope you enjoy your flight with the Roches Airlines, and we do really look forward to see you all in the future.
Thank you very much.
Now,
the closing ceremony of the 43rd class of the Postgraduate Diploma in International Hotels Management and the 27th class of the Bachelor of Business Administration of Roches Marbella has now officially concluded. Congratulations.